Alright, hello everyone. I'm going to be starting out tonight with the Strev 103. Just have to give Levi a couple treats here before we get going. But thank you for tipping, preemptively tipping the dog over here. Hey. There we go. Anyway, starting with this since I'm kind of grinding it still. After that, I'm going to be, doing tank requests. I have several already. I can take, about the same amount. What's the CC7? IS7? Hello, Crazy Missile though, and everyone else. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, I saw those two matches, Graham, that you posted up there. High on antihistamines. Which hopefully everyone's having a good day today. Like usual, with tank requests, I'll probably, since it's a platooning day, I could probably fit in maybe like 6-7 more tanks, give or take a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. Hello, John. Nice to see you. And Electra. Alright, this map, not exactly my favorite map to be playing this, but I might just try to set up over here, more or less. Okay, the Churchill 7. I don't know if I have the Churchill 7, Craze Missile. I know I have the Churchill 1 and the Black Prince, but I do not think I have that specific tank. Now all to talk about internet providers. Yeah, pretty much. I hate, honestly, I hate the whole internet thing. Costs too much. Never get what exactly you want. Yeah. It's just, now I have some people behind me. A little bit late to push up here like I wanted to. I kind of hesitated just because, there is only a bat chat here. Hello, Carlos. Most people watching, yes. Or I guess you could say adult, but really, what the hell does that mean? Sometimes. Or, Lord, it's just... I missed my chance there. Miss it again now. I hate playing small maps though in this tank. I be spotted now. I need to be a little careful. I was about to say, honestly, age doesn't matter. I've met people, up there in age that are really immature, so. Just, I can't really push over here anymore. None of the tanks over here have given any real indication that they're gonna move up, so. I can aim over here, but I'm probably gonna end up moving. Right, the Bat Chat has decided to push alone onto 3 tanks. Let's see how that works out for him. the elevation part of this isn't always the best. Might be a little bit too far out here, to be honest. Might be able to get another shot. But, screw it. I might just try to go for it here. Those T-30s kind of just fired. Slow, everyone else joining in here. I'm doing alright. A little tired from work today. It was a pretty long day. Thursdays we're kind of down a person. Since I think Cape May as a whole, everyone's still looking for people to work, honestly. Nobody wants to work this year. It's kind of depressing. With IS-7, I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't hit me, but... Alright, I was not expecting the M48. I kind of forgot about them being up on the hill. Go figure. One little mistake in this thing can really change a match. I'm gonna try to get over here. I think I'll be fine. Where I should have tried to get to initially. That's again with the gun elevation here. It's a little bit difficult to be able to... Never mind. Aim up that way. See if this IS-7 falls. No, he's okay. Let's say he's just, there we go. He's just kind of sitting there, but now I can't. Yeah. All right, I just need to, I guess, move. This thing sometimes you're like fighting every which way. You, your team, the enemy, just to try to be able to get a shot off. The thing can do a ton of damage, and the gun's awesome, but actually getting a shot on something is a whole nother story sometimes. Nice to see you guys. Anyone that does want a platoon, you can send me a message. I do ask, you know, it does help if you have basically one of each tier, just because, you know, I do tank requests in order, so every, you know, platoons have to play the same tier. So that kind of makes it pretty difficult. My back's doing a little bit better. It was good yesterday, but it's hurting a little bit today just from work. Pretty much, you know, since we don't have a full staff on Thursdays, everyone kind of picks up a little bit. Was hoping that he'd pull, or this person would pull out a little bit, but it does not look to be the case. I'm just gonna, I guess, catch up on quests here. Talk about the salt gun? What do you mean talk about the salt gun? I know if you're talking about the bug gun, did you get one? Or that was yeah, I remember that a few streams ago, me bringing it up. Alright, so that was it was kind of a okay first match, but yeah, I don't know who whoever is. It's a second here. There we go. I'm back again. Sorry. You can't not answer your phone if family's calling you. Huh. Does say that's weird. That would break something, Victor. Levi's sleeping down here, yes. Kind of. He's waiting for tips. Uber tipped him right before I started my first match here. Okay, if anybody does want to join the platoon, pretty much just message me saying you want to join, and I'll send you an invite. You know, if you don't have every tier, it might just be a couple matches, but it does help if you know, you can fill out to tier 10. I always try my best to do a little bit of scouting there, but oh god, this is not good now. No. I was about to say the T-49 over in F7, that's what ended up spotting me. I kind of went out into the field because they really don't have that many tanks capable of lighting up. I'm actually freaking surprised that I'm still lit here. Awesome. And I just rammed into that guy. Luckily, I did not kill myself. But, oh god. Yeah, that's what I get for being a little bit too overconfident with scouting. Especially in a WZ-132. It doesn't exactly have the best camouflage. I have no idea, Arkham. There's over 600 people on it since I've been playing the game for so long. Hey, I guess I can try to scout over here. But thanks, Lobobo, for tipping Levi. I'll tip him I'll tip him after the match here. I guess this Oho's not playing, but it'd take me a couple matches to kind of get into things here because I'm pretty beat here. Oh god, I'm spotted again and I'm probably gonna die. There he is. Little bugger. He was probably the one to frickin' spot at me, come to think of it, but I don't think he's sitting there still, but who knows? He's down here. About to say. I'm actually not looking forward to work tomorrow. It's just one of our only parties in July. We typically don't really have many parties in the restaurant in July, just because, you know, not a lot of people get married in July, and it's busy to where it's not like we take on some of, like, some parties you take on in the off season. You might take on something without making as much money, if that makes sense, but just because you have a ton of space available. Tomorrow I have 50 people off of an entire menu of like 30 different options. So that's a lot of different combinations I had to prep for today. That's why I'm a little like scatterbrained. Like I was prepping, took me 3 hours to finish cutting English muffins this morning. Granted, it was 100 English muffins, but just something like that. That's how busy I was today. Just running around everywhere. Usually it takes me like 5-10 minutes at most. I'm drinking a little coffee here. It just, I can't really drink, you know, a lot of caffeine just because, you know, right after the stream here I flop and pass out. So it's not exactly good for you. Honestly, I probably should have picked a different tank. Awesome. That, granted, I should have went a little bit further away from him, but he's had to move up there. That's a great way to die. Oh my god. Today is gonna be a very, very fun stream, it seems like, if I did something like that. But at least the dog's gonna get tipped. Levi. He's probably like, why do you make me pick crap off the ground here? Right before we got started setting everything up, I was out back with him picking raspberries, and he just kind of sits there like stalking me, waiting for I throw him all the like not perfect ones. So hello Yosef. Ashton, I said if you would like to join, all you have to do is message me. If you don't have every tier, you know, if a tier comes up on my tank request list that you don't have, you know, you'll just have to pop out. That's it. Hello Rich, nice to see you. I'm not sure if he has that elite yet. That's probably why. But Ashton, if you keep spamming, it's not gonna want to honestly make me want to platoon with you. I've laid it out clearly how I platoon every stream. All you do is message me in the game. It makes it easier on me, so I don't have to search for anybody. And a lot of times, people from other servers try to platoon with me, and like I'm searching for their name, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm on the European server," something like that. So this way is just easiest for me, since you know I don't have a ton of time to stream. So it is a pretty damn long gun. But up next I have a meal 2. I should not ram my ally and kill myself in that match, but I shouldn't have put myself in a light tank, honestly. That was my first mistake. Alright, so at least we got a win. I guess that's all I could hope for there. As far as comms, I don't do any voice chat as far as platooning and streaming. It's just personal preference right now, but maybe at some point I'll set it up. It's just right now, honestly, it's with as scatterbrained and times I am, you know, reading the chat in every which way, I think it would actually like kind of be like overload for me and distract me, you know. But Tier 9s have always been very fun. Honestly, 9s are... I've always liked tier 9s. Like, I like tier 10 a lot because you're always top tier. But tier 9s have always been good, especially if you're trying to do, like, certain missions and stuff, just because you're not that much weaker than a tier 10. But if you're in a match against tier 10s, you get a little bit of a bonus for damaging higher tiers. If you're, like, shooting for, you know, a certain experience to get on top of your list. Say, like, SPG 15 War Gods, where you have to be top experience on your team. Doing it, say, in like an M53, M55 is easier than a T92, because you can still do about the same damage. However, if you're damaging tier 10s, if you get in a tier 10 match, you're getting more experience than a T92 damaging tier 10s, tier 9s, 8s, etc. Hello, Andrew. Alright, I'm not going to push here because we have a lot of people kind of sitting in the center, it seems like. I was about to say, what did Yosef say? He's usually pretty good. Okay. They're not pushing, we're not pushing. They have a Malshin now. See if this Malshin just kind of rounds the corner wrong. He's looking like he actually knows how to angle that, which does not bode well for me at all. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce off there. I think I'm gonna try this way. It's just right now our team is like, I don't even know how we're set up. Like, we have a lot of people still in like the center warehouse area that honestly, like, you can't push through that. Especially early on. And yeah, this is a very odd setup. They're mostly concentrated over here, and then they have a few people back near their base to prevent us from capping. Yeah, I'm gonna be screwed here, but because I don't have my repair kit back. I kind of rounded that corner a little bit wrong there. And yeah, I'm perma track now, and I'm dead. Awesome. Meal 2's not exactly meant for brawling now, but oh well. Oh, that's not exactly nice, Yosef, for thanks, Graham. You know, cursing in other languages isn't exactly very nice, to be honest. 360p is not too bad if you're watching it on the phone. Yeah, I would say grinding without a premium account tier 8 to 10 that's definitely going to be a little difficult. Usually Randall going on this map, team that wins this area here typically wins the match, just because it's not a very large map, but getting out here, you usually take a lot more damage pushing through here if the enemy's just kind of sitting there, and the team that wins this typically still has a lot of their heavier tanks, high alpha TVs and stuff left, to where even if the enemy, you know, swoops in from behind them from the field, they still can't win unless they put 3 on the cap and cap out before they get back. So typically I always go over to this side unless I'm almost certain that I can push through the field in under, say, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Favorite tier 9? I don't know, that's a hard question. Definitely not the T30. I'd actually currently probably go with either the T95 or the M53 on 55. Hello, Jerry. Nice to see you. But at least it looks like we're gonna win this. I don't mind too much, you know, making a stupid mistake and dying if it means we're still gonna win. But they are supposed to be reworking this map. We'll probably see it in 9.20. More or less what they're going to be doing is switching up the field area and maybe a little bit in the center, but mainly the field, to where it's basically easier, safer to push out into the field, to where it doesn't hurt you for trying to push that flank as much. Levi sitting on this side of me. He's probably like, maybe Biscuits will fall over here. He's been a little extra whiny today, just because Ryan and I work completely opposite schedules. You know, I'm at work from like 5 to 3:30. She's at work from basically like 2:30 until anywhere from like 10 to 2. Like, you never know. It depends on which place she's working at. Thank you very much for the subscription, Jerry. The T-32 heavy tank grind? It's not exactly the, I would say, the hardest grind in the world, just because, you know, you coming from the T-29, you basically already have the gun and everything. It's just more or less the T-32 isn't exactly the best tank. Which, Ashton, you said you sent me a message. I don't have any messages down here. Are you sure? Are you sure you're on the North American server? Are you on the European server or something? Because I did not get any messages or anything from anybody. Unless you're one of these people, but I do not believe that is the case. So PZ35 here. Thank you very much, Daniel, for tipping Levi. But as far as the actual grind on the T-32, it's not that bad. You know, really the main requirement of it is getting the top turret, but more or less, you know, it's not exactly like you have to grind out a ton to be able to get towards the best that the tank is capable of. Hello, Abdul, nice to see you. Dude, you just got biscuits, you can't whine. No. That's all you're getting. No. Hello, Ninja Boy. I do not have the AMX40, Jerry. Hello, Entertainment Dog. Ashton, my username is C_Menz. I was about to say, what is your username? But I did not receive any messages. So I was going to say, for all the tanks that I do have, you can find a tank request list in my video description below. It has all the tanks I can play on a stream. It will pop you over to wotguru.com and you'll be able to see every tank I can play for you. Yes, Abdul. I have room for, you know, probably a few more here. Hello, oh, I'm just gonna say Français. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the first or the second word there. Hello, Lorenzo. Yeah, only I would completely botch that. Nice to see you, though. Alright, so I don't really have any other mediums and whatnot going this way. They're deciding to basically kill themselves. Awesome. Ready down 3 tanks. Wonder how many more will be down before we even get to a fight. Let's say there is a AMX-40 right here. Little strange that I can't spot either of them. Go figure. I guess they're there. It doesn't look like my shells are pushing through, and yeah, that just missed, but the first... That missed too, but the first 3 did not miss. It's just strange that we weren't like spotting one another. No, yeah, PS4 is different than PC. And nice. Hopefully you enjoy your vacation, Obobo. It was actually funny, a lot of Ryan's family's in town, unfortunately for a funeral, but one of her sister's boyfriend tagging along. He was asking Ryan and I, because we went out to dinner with him last night. It's like, oh, you guys are on vacation, right? You know, because, like, her family's in town. Like, we could take vacation days. We both looked and we're like, no. Can't take a vacation in the summer if you're, you know, working in a restaurant. God, it's just... I don't even know, like... You know, at this point, more than half of our team's dead. It's just... I don't even know what I could have done differently, because I was kind of out here alone. I'm mainly worried about facing the tanks that I can't see, like back near the T-67. It's like, that's the problem I have, is I couldn't really push because being alone, there's really only one tank for them to shoot, and I'm just gonna get torn to shreds, more or less. Right. Wasn't expecting it already shot that quick, but yep, that's, again, that's what happens when you're pretty much the only tank for things to shoot at. And T-67, of course, is gonna kill me here. Let's say I really like this tank. It's fun to play. Like it's not a light, not a medium, somewhere in between, but fortunately, I was kind of left out there alone against like 3 tanks that I kind of could see, and then God knows how many that were actually behind them. Okay, Cromwell B, T-30, I can probably say that might just be it for now as far as tank requests go. Just because, you know, I might not be able to get to any after that. I know I'll be able to get to all these. But I'll add the mutant on as well, but we'll see if I'll be able to get to it. Ninja, I pretty much play anything that gets requested, and if I own it, I'll play it. Yeah, unfortunately, coming to Cape May, the problem with that is, you know, if you come down here and say you're going south or something, it's kind of out of the way just because you have to take a ferry to get across the bay, unless you're driving all the way down through South Jersey. And the ferry, it still takes it's about the same time to drive or take the ferry. It's a lot nicer not having to drive, but yeah. I was about to say, your username's Destroyer796. Let me see. Honestly, I might not have gotten your message. Let's see here. With the amount of people, honestly, I have on my blacklist, you never... Doesn't say... Oh, there we go, there's a space at the end. Doesn't say that you're online, Destroyer. Oh, maybe you are on my blacklist. Let's say this is actually the second time I think this has happened. Nah. It says, doesn't say that you're on there. That's weird. I'll send you an invite. I don't know. I don't know, maybe that's muted? I'm confused. You're not on my blacklist, but I don't know what the hell that is. Which, thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. But you never, you never know. I don't think I've ever seen that though. Anyway, T32. As far as requests, guys, like I'll keep typing them here, but again, I don't know if I'll be able to get to any more this stream. You know, I get through it a lot less requests and matches platooning days. See you, Michael. Thank you very much for watching. See you, Jerry. Have a good night. I'm so confused right now. Honestly, I like platooning, you know, with you guys. So sometimes it, you know, it adds another little layer having to find people, and it's a lot to keep track of. I do my best though. At least the friends list is somewhat working. I don't really like the T30 right now, but you know, I'm biased because I played it when it was a tier 10 heavy tank and it was awesome. But it's not a bad TD at tier 9 with the top, what, 155 millimeter. Lord, let's just get the ball rolling here and hopefully get a little bit of assistance, maybe not. But say I don't really have anywhere to hold down deflect shots from him, but I thought it was important to be able to push up here. Pretty much our whole team here, except for what, 4 people on the other side, kind of the same with them. I'd rather not be kind of smushed in the back. Especially because now, without Artie, they kind of have to push out here to be able to stop us from capping. Which could go bad if the people behind us, they don't do anything. Or they run away. Let's say, because we're down to, what, 19 seconds? 18? Before they have to push out and get on cap. Getting fairly close. I'm low HP to where I... Oh god, I just bounced off the side of an IS-6. That really my only chance is to... Yeah, he's got APCR. We should be able to kill him here, but he might get me. Oop, here we go. Oh lord, why is our Oho doing that? Oh no, don't do that. Crap, I was pretty close to being able to get him there. My problem is if I back up to the IS-6, the T-34 can hit me. Potentially. There we go, that problem's out of the way. An Oho coming, ah god. Whew. He fired AP at least. It's just, I made some mistakes in the beginning, pushing as early as I did, where it kind of ruined my HP. Ashton, I honestly don't know what the hell. I think it's just mute it maybe. I have no clue what that means. Doesn't say that you're on my blacklist or else I wouldn't be able to see your messages, so. Oh, also, oh no. This is not good. At least he's not gonna ram me. I'm still dead, but oh god. The flip coin only works once, Gavistar. But let's move on to the next one. Hello CJ and Gary, nice to see you. Let's say, sent you a friend request right there. I don't know why it is not working. Alright. So next up is the tortoise. Then after that's the IS-4. I do play Artie during streams. It's just can't platoon with them, but I only play Artie if it's requested, and you know it doesn't always get requested each stream. As far as my live streaming schedule, you can see it at the top of the video here. It says my schedule right on it, and also in the video description below. My next stream is Sunday night, same time as this stream, 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. Hello Bartek, nice to see you. Our team was kind of doing, you know, right there, what I kind of expected, but I screwed up in the beginning. With that IS-3, I should have pushed into him instead of just kind of sit there, and yeah, he just got a lot of damage on me for pretty much, you know, I could have negated at least one of those shots by pushing into him. Hello Warrior, nice to see you, but unfortunately unfortunately we lost. Nice match though, Destroyer. Oh god. I need like an adrenaline shot right now. Honestly, I wish I could stream more early streams, honestly, this time of year. Just because, you know, usually this time of day I'm like, my body's going, pretty much going to bed since I get up at 4 a.m. But, you know, it's evening. It's almost 8 o'clock here. Hello, Gunner. Nice to see you. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. Always trying to even it out. Early is a, you know, that depends on the person. Some people wake up at 4 a.m. for work, so. Hello, Xavier, nice to see you. One thing where, you know, unlike a lot of other people that stream on a very regular basis, I work pretty much 60 hours a week, and I work very early in the day. Kitchen shifts are, you know, I'm pretty much number 2 in a restaurant as far as running a kitchen, and you know, if you either work very late or very early, and I chose very early, so. But it's much better in getting done work at it. Even though our restaurant's kind of different than some. Honestly, our nighttime guys get done at like 9 p.m. But I wouldn't want to work at night just because we wouldn't be able to leave Levi here basically every day. But unfortunately, the caveat with working night in our restaurant is you work 6 days a week instead of 5 because the shifts are shorter. Alright, E5, please keep in mind that there's people behind you and that IS-7 was running away. There's no need to panic. Fortis isn't really meant for fighting close up like this, but at the very least I have 2,000 HP, pretty good gun and DPM on it as well. I'm not going to pen him in that area. But this E4 is kind of scaring me. I'm trying to make a little bit of room. I'm hoping somebody picks him up and I don't have to go back. Nope. Anybody? Maybe, or yeah, the other E4 is going back. Just we're getting flanked through there as well. Our E5 needs to just a little scared here because someone could come up behind me pretty easily here. I'm lucky that the T-49 has not thought of that yet. But if we lose in the back there against their E4, I'm not sure if I want to push this way anymore. They have a T-95. this is not going well for us now because I think he missed 2 shots in a row maybe. Now he's outnumbered. This is wonderful. Oh, I'm about to take a lot of damage here. Come on, E5. Stay with me. I don't think you want to do that, IS-7. Your gun does not have a lot of GPM on it. Like, I can't believe I just shot him there. It's always bad when you bounce off your own freaking tank. The very least, our team has the numbers now, but they had a chance to push on me. Honestly, they missed their one little window to push on me. When that E5 was kind of backpedaling and I was still a little close to them. I'm not trying to die, but I'm getting a little impatient. Where I might end up dying just from pushing out here, but unfortunately I kept shooting a little too high. I should have shot I believe a little bit off of that little gun port. Alright, so, alright match, at least we got a win. A lot of our team kind of spread the damage around. Next up's the IS-4. What's it like in Florida? Hot. I don't live in Florida though. Ah, nice, Joseph. I was about to say, I'm sure it's late for some of you guys. That's, you know, that's about when I wake up, so. Unfortunately in the morning though, I'm always running around trying to get anything accomplished before heading into work, unfortunately. Growing up sucks. Gone are the days where you just, you know, someone else will, you know, do the laundry or whatnot. What did you make it today at work? A lot of stuff. Pretty much same old, you know, I cook breakfast, lunch, and yeah, I pretty much do everything. Running around. What makes my job hard is I pretty much cook, like even on the sous chef, it's not a big enough restaurant to where, say, a sous chef, executive chef cannot cook on the line. Like I cook on the line 4 days a week. And while doing that, I have to basically do inventory, order stuff, plus prep stuff that only me and my brother really prep. Like I do a bunch of soup, sauces, and basically like side stuff that, you know, it's not typically hard, but if you don't have it on hand, it can be pretty difficult. Like honestly, most restaurants that you eat at, even if they're not like a chain, you don't think they do, but most actually just buy, say, like they buy say like dressing for salads, and they might like throw one or two things in it extra just to make it seem a little different. We make all of our dressings, and it doesn't take a lot of time to say make say like a salad dressing, like our one like house dressing. It's a champagne basil vinaigrette. I make we pretty much make 5 gallons at a time because we go through it in just like 3-4 days. It takes me like 15 minutes to make. However, it's still a lot when you're making like 8 of them, plus God knows how much other stuff. So I'm always like sprinting back and forth, and it's fun now. It's never a dull moment. No problem, Markham. Hello, D-Pan. What do you mean, a pork loin? Typically, like, you mean a whole pork loin? Honestly, a lot of people just wrap it in bacon. If you're doing like a whole pork loin, you kind of have to add some fat to it, because by the time you cook it through, a lot of it dries out. But more or less, I usually, like, if I get a piece of pork loin, we don't really do that at our restaurant. We usually do just pork chops. But if I buy a pork loin at home, I always chop it down into medallions and kind of bang them out a little bit to flatten them out a little bit. And I do like I marinate them in basically almost straight hot sauce and sriracha just to tenderize them. And I just fry them up that way. See ya, Ninja Boy. Our team's setting up odd. They have a bunch of stupid people trying to climb up mountains. Yeah, you either cook it whole by like, bacon, smash a bunch of like black pepper in it, stuff like that, mustard goes well. For a sauce, like, the one thing we do for our pork, and it tastes really good, you cook down sherry wine, or some other kind of sweet wine, and you just put it's easy, whole grain mustard, a little bit of cream, and then if you have like some sort of stock or base on hand, say like chicken base or beef base, just throw a little bit of that in. You just let it reduce in a pan. Don't need to thicken it at all with like roux or anything. It's really easy and it tastes very good. Their bat chat is literally spending the whole match trying to get up to a spot that if he gets up there, we'll just be able to kill him because he has no armor to hold down. That's why you see me don't go up to those areas. It's HE him. I don't care that I got shot. Hello, game Huns. This is gonna hurt a little bit. I might die. Yep. Object 268. He would have killed me whether Batchat penned me that one last time or not. Yeah, it's about to get hot again in the northeast here. It goes 75 today, and I was thinking like I could live somewhere like forever if it felt like this every single day. Because honestly, I hate it when it gets above like 80 degrees, even if I'm not working in the kitchen. Thanks, Carlos. Glad you like the channel here. Thank you, X-Ray, for the subscription. I say those two mouses are just like pushing that one flank all by themselves. Now, unfortunately, we're kind of running out of time here before they get to their base, but ever had any order a salad? Every single day, Randall. You'd be surprised. Honestly, like I don't mind doing it as much as some other people might, just because, you know, people are paying us to make food for them. But probably the most annoying thing you can do in a restaurant is change something on the menu that, you know, ask them to make something that's not on it. Everything's prepped and set up ahead of time to make that specific thing. But like just the other day, I was super busy for lunch, and these two people order just something as simple as, it was like, one was like a shrimp taco, a blackened shrimp taco, and the other was a like a grilled tofu taco, because we have a lot of vegan stuff. And both wanted every single thing on the side. So, you know, for a taco that comes with guacamole, sour cream, shredded cabbage, pico de gallo, and then the protein part, you have to put all those things in individual like containers essentially, because if you just plop them on a plate, it looks like, you know, someone basically crapped on a plate. You know, it just takes so much time and out of, you know, just putting together what it's kind of designed to, that see, Ashton, thanks for the few fights here. But yeah. That's honestly the number one thing you can do to basically frustrate a cook, which, depending on what kitchen you go to, your food might not come out correctly. Like for me, it annoys me, but you know, I make everyone's food basically the best I can for the time I have available to me. Yeah, it's winter for you, Ninja Boy. I wish it was winter for me. But honestly, like people, waitresses will come back sometimes. They're like, "Oh, Ryan's family's out there. Or Ryan's out there eating." Like if she's off and they stop by with like Levi and stuff. Like, okay, I'm sure they'll order food and I'll make it pretty much the same as everybody else's. Yep, fish tacos. Unfortunately, one of the better selling items on our menu. It's just for two people, stuff like tacos, it's a lot to, like, I just line up like, I can line up like 10 orders, so 20 tacos at a time, and just go right down the line. My life from 12 to 3 p.m. each day. I have no idea, Arkham. It's like I like talking about food during the stream, and if you guys have questions, but honestly I don't know the answer meat and potato, to be honest. But anyway, I have the Black Prince here, then I have the IS-7, T-95, T-28, F-30, Cromwell B, T-30, Mutant M6, potentially RD in the T-95. Not sure if I can get to every single tank request towards the end there, but I'm going to try my best. Honestly, if a restaurant, like their sous chef and head chef, don't have integrity, it's a restaurant that you probably should not eat at, because they're the ones that are sketchy, bad reviews and stuff. I honestly prefer eating at, like, fortunately a lot of places around here are kind of like family owned, more or less, and they're a little bit safer to eat at as long as, you know, they're busy and they've been around for a long time. You always have the outliers that are, you know, not exactly following of that trend, but usually family restaurants, for as bad of a rap sometimes as they get, people care a little bit more about the product going out. I hate the third-person view under here. But unfortunately, that IS has gotten 2 huge shots on me. Yeah. Black Prince has armor, but unfortunately he's hitting me. Sorry, Uber, I've got to turn around here because we're gonna start getting shot from behind. Whoops, that was troubles. Terrible shot. I don't even think he really realizes that I'm the E8 shooting at him here, which is the funny part. I'm kind of surprised the VK3601H can pen me. Like, the Black Prince's armor is pretty decent on the front, but I know the whole, it can be a little squishy at times. It's like, there's so many guns in today's game that have a lot more penetration than when the Black Prince came out. Like, the Udes here basically sees me as a frickin' light tank as far as my armor goes. English. Not many people would buy that. I don't do too many specials, honestly, because, like, our menu, I balance the menu very well to where there's something for everybody. As far as different, say, like, tastes and, you know, whatnot. Healthy levels, vegan, meat, whatever. I don't do too many specials just because, you know, it's always iffy if people actually will buy the thing. Like, I always basically go through my menu about 2 or 3 times a year to where the lowest selling items that aren't just lowest selling because there always has to be one, I always tweak them. Sorry that I kind of left you out there, Uber. I didn't want us to get flanked there. Hello, Cosmin. Cheetos and coffee. I don't work just that's just my lunch shift, John. I work from 5 a.m. until like 3:30 p.m. Lunch is the slowest part of the day for pretty much any restaurant, so that's always the shortest service. Alright, so we have the IS-7 up next here. Not a terrible match. Confederate Ward. Uber probably, yeah, he bounced quite a bit of damage there. Let's say he was probably pissing off that what IS there. Always skip the Chinese buffet, yes. Unless you're in like a casino or something. Do I make food from other countries? I dabble. We don't cook too many, like, say, ethnic stuff on, like, our menu just because, you know, clientele, most people eat like if I had to say the most like national like dishes on our menu would probably be, we're geared towards Italian almost, but not, I wouldn't say Italian like say pasta, just like the flavors, and then a little bit of like Asian Thai stuff. Like we have a lot of stuff with like chilies and coconut, like coconut milk, stuff like that in it, as far as seafood dishes. Nah, we don't do sushi. I've talked about it a few times, honestly. For restaurants to make sushi, there's actually a special extra layer of steps that a restaurant has to go through if they're following the rules as far as health codes go, to where you need to like sample, monitor like the acidity of the rice, and like it's complicated. We'll do it every now and then for like parties if they'd like it. Like if say a wedding wants us to make sushi for like an appetizer platter or something. But yeah, it's honestly not worth the trouble if you're just gonna do it here or there and it's not on your menu. I do not have all tanks now. I have 235. There's a list of them. You can see a URL in my video description. It has a list of all the tanks I can play. Eventually I might do a kitchen live stream. Maybe later in the fall. I do need to figure out, you know, the specifics, and some people have asked me to do it, so it's on the list. It's just, you know, I actually have to have time to where that would require me to actually set up like 2 cameras in my kitchen here. I wouldn't live stream from the restaurant just because honestly, like Brian was texting me a couple things today and it took me like 2 hours to get back for her, or back to her. That's how busy, you know, I am in a restaurant. Yeah, I cook south in North Jersey. You'd be surprised though, like anyone who's been around here, it's like night and day the differences between if you're in South or North Jersey. One feels like New York, the other feels like, I wouldn't say that you're in the South, but you know, it just has it's like a farm feel to it almost. Honestly, at one point, this was, we did it as a bar special one day, because we had I forget what it was, but there was a bunch of like high schoolers and stuff staying in the hotel for like a week. Did something, my high school did it, and that's kind of where I got it from. It's called Tacos on a Run, where you get Dorito bags, you know, like the kind of personal size ones. You do nacho cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, and you know, if you want sriracha or something in it, you kind of you let the people mix it all up in the bag, and taco meat. Oh, it's so good. It's so bad for you. Made those people happy there for a week though. Those are times where I try to do something geared towards who's staying. And shrimp and grits, I've done, you know, I think anyone who's a chef has done shrimp and grits, but people don't really eat grits up here, honestly. I like grits, but most people don't get what grits are. Vegemite? Oh no. I've had the Kronwagen for like 2 weeks now almost. Or no, maybe a week and a half. T62A, you do not have a very strong hole. Serbian food? Nothing specifically, I would say, but I'm sure I can cook something with the flavors of Serbian food. Probably the closest thing I would say that might even compare is like goulash. I know that's not specifically Serbian, but that's something where I made it last year for one of our Turkish, like one of the people that come over on visas to work for like 3 months. He's dead. What are grits? Essentially, like, it's almost like cornmeal, but it's just a different grind on it. Hello, nice couple, nice to see you. Alright, not exactly the most amount of damage, but we got a nice little win there. Hello, John and Sergeant. I can invite you. Okay, there we go. Next up is Mr. T95. I was about to say, I know it's not I was about to say, I know it's not Serbian, but off the top of my head, like a dish, that's the closest thing that came to mind. But it's not the same thing, grits and polenta, but polenta was like my go-to starch for culinary school. Just a quick, soft polenta, like goat cheese and like herbs and stuff. You'd have people like freaking out because most of culinary school, unlike most college, like you get graded on like making certain dishes in a day, but a lot of times the chefs are like come up with like the sides and like veg part, and you're making like a protein with a sauce. So many people like try to go all out, like making crazy stuff that takes like half hour and whatnot to make. I just throw it in a pan, make some quick like a creamy polenta, and boop, done. Took everyone caught on after a little bit though. That's kind of what the chefs were looking for in school, that somebody can kind of make out like, you know, making something that's nice but also doesn't take up a ton of time. Disrespect Vegemite. I was gonna say, I've eaten it once and it's not good as far as for American taste buds. Secret recipe for pancakes. Honestly, like, we make most things in a restaurant. I tried making let's say like house pancakes, and a lot of people do. People like Aunt Jemima pancakes over say like house-made fresh scratch pancakes. Like, I'll make a like special, say like whole wheat or like different pancakes from time to time, like sweet potato pancakes, pumpkin pancakes, like we did like a dark chocolate pancake, almost like not dark chocolate but like cocoa powder, to where they weren't sweet but they had like a chocolatey taste to it. People like them, however, you know, so many people like what they've eaten at home, to where some stuff you kind of gotta go with that in a restaurant, because people like what they've grown up with. Alright, do I head south? Do I stay north? I think I'm gonna head up here. Yes, using a little of something is not exactly very American. Honestly, that's all pancake is freaking almost like a thin freaking cake batter. I've used muffin mix for pancakes before, waffle batter, actual cake mix. Not on our menu, but like for specials. Kinda as like a additive to a base. Most of this, you know, pretty much everything is some sort of flour. You have a dairy element, you have a leavener, and a binder, more or less. But helps if you have a little bit of a baking background. Which fortunately I do. It took a year of baking. Knew I'd never really need it for actually baking, however it helps with a lot of other things. This has pretty much been like the least World of Tanks stream I've probably ever had, talking about food this much. Probably confusing some people. Like, how do I not see him? Like, seriously. Gotta love... they're shooting right through my freaking roof, which is kind of pissing me off, but I shouldn't be surprised. And unfortunately, I'm probably gonna die here. It's just I was a little bit too close, and it clicked to me a little too late, honestly. Yeah, dude, we're totally gonna push right past the T-28 prototypes, which I guess bounced off of him again, which literally sucks. I don't know why the frickin' Patriot pushed like he did. Like, that was literally... I don't like using this word, but retarded. I'll let you guys keep talking about food. I'm gonna try to focus on the game now. But clam juice, clam chowder, that comes to mind. But yeah, I've only got about 40 minutes left here. I have a lot of requests left. I'll try to get to as many as I can here. Yes, I have seen Fury. Honestly, a lot of fun little fact, a lot of the clam juice sold in the US probably has come from Cape May. Cape May is actually, I think, it might not be #1, it might be #2, but I think it's the largest port as far as clam products in the US. Don't quote me on that, but it's something, the #1 for, you know. They catch a lot of, basically Cape May is known for clams, scallops, soon to be oysters. A lot of oyster farms are popping up here. Flounder, of course, but yeah. Alright, so next up is a low tier request here, the T-28 F30. Not exactly the best match here, but it'll do. Still gotta win somehow. Tonight's kind of been like so-so matches, but at least we've been winning. I know. I am going downhill, Gunner, with my language. You can kind of blame it on, with say a Ninja Boy. You can probably blame it on for the amount of time I'm spending in the kitchen now. It's in the kitchen, you know, our kitchen's everyone's nice and friendly with one another. For the most part, you know, people fight sometimes. Not like fight, but you know, might yell at each other when it's busy. But you know, in a kitchen, it's kind of true. Like everyone talks like, I don't know, a sailor, more or less. Curses and dirty jokes and whatnot, myself included, but probably rubbing off on me a little bit. But you just kind of have to act that way and have that mentality when you're there. So it's the only way you kind of like can survive some days. It's just like dirty jokes and whatnot. Huh, that's not good. Breaking that tank. The Tylenol, I hope that's out of my system. I haven't needed to take that in the past 3 days, nah, 2 days. Thank God. Like my back's hurting today, but it's more of like a, I don't know. I actually really like Encounter. It's not like a hurt, like bad hurt. It's just like an ache. That sounds good, Lavobo. Hey, my problem with making soups is I usually just make soup once a week on Saturdays, but in the rest of the week somebody else makes like our soup of the day. But I spend a little bit too much time on soups for, you know, a kitchen setting, just because, yeah, it's not a bad thing. I like to layer flavors for soups, but it'll take me like 2 hours to make a soup. I'm not like next to the pot for all of those hours, but usually in a restaurant you don't really spend that much time on a soup. Blood pudding? Yes. I pretty much like anything. Like, I've eaten most things. Thank you very much, Slobobo. Yeah, usually he catches more towards the weekend as far as streams go. Push on me? No, I'm a little bit confused. We don't have as much people on the hill right now. Oh, I bounced. I'm not gonna use premium on him, but would definitely help. Because this thing doesn't really have good gun depression with this giant gun on it. I can... If he just peeks over with his turret, he should be fine. But I'm just getting a little antsy because we have a ton of tanks over them. There we go. And just like I thought. We go. Killed him, but he would have been fine if he had just shot me, pulled back. Yeah, I'm dead now. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh well. At least if we're gonna get a win here. Mid-tiers are always iffy, but I'm glad I'm glad for any win. Because sometimes, you know, you get in a mid-tier match and you make one little mistake and get like one shot at basically. Which it's looking like 9.20 as far as balancing goes. they are finally, hopefully it's not dead. Still working for me. You might just have to hit reload. But I didn't even think I did that good. But fortunately at that tank you only have to get a couple shots. Alright, so Cromwell B is next up. The mouse is getting rebalanced. Thank you very much again, Lobobo, for the tip. Basically they are shaving off 200 HP and also about a second, I believe, they're adding onto its reload time. And then the tier 9 Malshin, they say that they're making it a little bit faster, I think. But I'm pretty sure with that they're going to be probably nerfing it a little bit somewhere else. Maybe like turret, traverse, something like that. I don't know. But I can't see them making it too much faster without doing something else to it. Might have just been a little hiccup on YouTube's end because it'll tell me if I drop frames here on OBS. Usually that's where, you know, I don't know, someone did something around my neighborhood. Because I have a lot of construction still going on. Basically till next year. You're going to hear me saying that. But it will show me if it's on my end. So that's probably just YouTube. See ya, Arkham. Have a good night. But yeah, 9.19.1 coming up here. You know, it's kind of like a little mini patch to kind of hold everyone over. 9.20 is going to be pretty awesome. Like, very soon, you know, I would say right after this patch comes out, the little mini one, you're going to start seeing a lot more stuff as far as the new graphic render, maps, so on and so forth. I'm looking forward mainly to the maps just changing a little bit as far as little nuances, but it's going to be a pretty big patch. This is not good. I'm probably going to die here. Yep, I just got artied. Yep, and this is what happens a lot. Thank you very much, Martin, for the tip. This is what happens to me a lot in mid-tier matches, honestly. I try to press my luck, and especially in like mediums and lights, I guess sometimes I die quickly. It's hard for me to swap the... It's hard for me, honestly, to... I play a ton of different tanks. Like, I always like doing tank requests. Sometimes, though, I guess it's hard for me to swap off of like tier 8 to 10 mode, more or less. What do you... I used to have my monthly typical hire, Carl. Basically, I guess base it off of, you know, what I would like to make as far as, you know, say per hour for the amount I stream in a month. You know, I don't always expect to hit it, honestly. Like, you guys always pretty much shatter it, which I am very grateful for. But more or less, you know, it's something to where I don't want to, like, say put like, I don't know, $5,000 or something, just something crazy. You know, I put what I would like to hit, and anything more than that, you know, I'm very happy with. And you know, you get little neat things like being able to tip Levi dog toys, stuff like that, and it also makes Ryan very happy. Do I know how to make cholent? I have no idea what that is. No. Well, Gary, as far as the mouse, like the nerf, the mouse is currently the highest win percent out of any tier 10 non-premium tank. Because, you know, the Clan Wars ones are very small sample sizes. It's the nerf, but it honestly really needs it. Same thing with the Type 5 getting slight changes as well to it. I did not get that one, no, Joel. It seems like some messages are not coming through. I didn't get that specific one, no. Yes, Labobo, new map guides eventually. Once the new graphic render comes out, honestly, then I'm back to square one. I have to re-update every single one. That's why I haven't made any more, because, you know, I'm basically digging myself a larger hole, if that makes sense. So, I know it's been several months since I've made any, but that's more or less why I haven't really done many guides, because right now, every single patch they're rebalancing some different nation, and they're also rebalancing and changing all the maps soon, so another thing. I just kind of have to wait it out until I get back to updating and doing new stuff. Yes, Daniel. Pretty much it's a new, more or less treat it as a new graphics engine almost. Like, it's not going to make the game any more basically resource intensive as far as they're saying. So if you can play World of Tanks now, you'll be able to play it in a new graphic render, but it'll make, specifically the maps will look much better, but the tanks will look better because it changes the lighting a lot. So they'll actually be able to add more details to tanks, more or less. I think it opens up the options of little parts of tanks being able to, like, they get chipped off and stuff, like say a sandbag falling off or something, but that's way down the road. Console peasants are very welcome, Phantom 89. I don't think anyone has anything. Honestly, several people here that watch regularly play on console, or even just play Blitz. Discord always works the best because, you know, everyone is able to see it, Joel. 2 or 3 days. Gonna have to wait for the patch, and then after that, I think, you know, when I'm actually ready to do more guides and stuff, it'll probably be like once a week or once a week and a half. I'll be able to release, say, a new map guide or something, for the amount of, you know, free time I have available in the summer. Very nice match, Uber. Unfortunately, yeah, I kind of died very early, and unfortunately kind of led you, John, into that basically little crevice to die in. I was gonna say, my last name's German. I know that much. My mom's side, basically my grandparents, their last name is Ukrainian, Yanulevich, or we could say Yanulevich, but that's dumbed down from, he was explaining it to me the other day. I forget what they changed it from, but I see my grandparents a lot because I live pretty much, I can walk Levi there if I wanted to. It'll take us like 10 minutes to walk there, just because it's not like a straight shot, but I try to help them out a lot around the house, which is where some of my free time of, like, I try to stop there at least twice a week. It's more been like once a week recently, but I always try to stop there and help them out. Like, a couple weeks ago was like their roof and gutters and stuff, and just like random things. Hello, Matthew. Nice to see you. It's one thing where, fortunately, me and, you know, like my cousins and stuff, they actually live in Pennsylvania. It's nice that everyone, you know, you go see your grandparents and, you know, they helped raise you. Least you can do is go help them and, you know, see them on a frequent basis. But my cousins drive down a lot from Pennsylvania, and there's always like one of them down every weekend. Nice little trip to Cape May for them, and, you know, my grandparents have an extra room for everybody. Little bit too close, T124. He strayed a little bit too close to the M41 there. Didn't get lucky there, but no surprise, I'm in a T30. Uh-oh. Getting a little bit of lag or something here. Don't know why he tried to run away. He could have just sat behind that rock. Let's say I can't wait for Ryan and I to actually have time to take trips. We're still a couple years off. Gotta finish all the huge house. Ooh, that hurt. That was a high roll too. Gotta finish all the huge house bills first. We knew buying this house it would take us like 3-ish years probably to be able to check off all the repairs and improvements we need to do. We're down to the big ones as far as the roof and whatchamajig. We don't have to fix the foundation, but we have to do a bit underneath the house too. Not that it's expensive, but our foundation is pink. You guys used to like the pink room here, I know, but the people before us obviously really liked pink because the foundation outside is pink. Yeah, I did not do a very good job at helping out here, and unfortunately, this is what I always kind of talk about, to where you're not really helping your teammates if you're not like out in the fight. Ah, awesome. 0 damage, critical hit. I don't know why I even did this because I don't have a repair kit. And I'm gonna die before I can make it back in cover. But I was just kind of derping around back here, and everyone died, and you're kind of left alone to die. Don't know why. Honestly, T34 throwing APCR. I haven't used APCR in a T34 in like forever. It's one of those premiums you don't really need any in. But yeah, to each their own. If he wants to spend it just to pen me where he'd pen me anyway, good for him. Joel, unfortunately I can't take any more requests. Honestly, tonight weekends, specifically Fridays, I don't know what it is. I'm never like, or not Fridays, it's Thursday. I never do well on Thursdays for some reason. But hey Carl, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I got the mutant here, and then didn't I play a T95? Yeah, I played a T95 already. And then I have artillery request. I'll probably try to, since I did play the T95, I haven't done any grinding outside of one match today in the Shrev. It kind of just slipped my mind. But I'm always out of it. Yeah, I really don't want to play this against tier 10s, honestly. This is one of those tanks where yeah. Hello, Gerbil, nice to see you. It might be a little hard to pick out, Randall. We've done a very good job at planning stuff to kind of cover it for now. But which the Yag Tiger 8.8 is actually getting buffed here in I think 2 patches. They're increasing the mobility of it. But yeah, I planted a lot of stuff so you can't really see it anymore. Uh-oh. Do you not have a... I guess you don't have a preferential? I thought you did. Which, hello Rick, nice to see you. Sorry if I popped into battle. I assume that's what you're doing now. But I can send you another invite if you want back in for... Like, I'm probably gonna play one more match after this, and then I'll play an SPG afterwards since I have to play it solo. But yeah. Sunday stream I should be much more perky in here. Typically Sundays are, you know, I'm pretty tired from work on Sundays, but they're a little bit better for me since I know I only have kind of one more day before I have a day off. But unfortunately this week coming up, 4th of July is on a Tuesday, so I don't really have a day off at all this week coming up. I'll be working on Tuesday, which I usually don't. Wednesday, you know, I stream in the morning here, but I'll have a lot to do after the stream Wednesday as far as restaurant stuff goes. I won't be in the restaurant, but I have a lot to basically organize and get ready for afterwards. Damn, I did not even expect that, and of course I wasn't angled right. Stupid Cody. Lorraine has APCR loaded for his first... I'm just always surprised the amount of people loading APCR in premium tanks for their first freaking like autoloader drum or what have you. It's just like every now and again you'll see me do it, but for the most part, like, it's not every single time. It's only if I have a feeling that I'm gonna run across something with a ton of armor. I was about to say, here I'm kind of dreading 4th of July. It's pretty much one of our busiest days in the summer, but my problem is like literally there's like Cape May, you can't get in and out of it. Like, it takes like, if you go actually for the fireworks, because they shoot them right off the beach, like in front of where a lot of the main, basically the main town, and it legitimately takes like 2 hours to get to my house, whereas it takes me 12 minutes to get home. You're better off riding a bike home, it's that bad. I'd push up here, however, there's those guys in front of me. And I'm gonna assume that they are going to load up premium rounds. He doesn't need to, but... Hello JM, nice to see you. But yeah, I was kind of looking forward to not having to work on 4th of July, but I can't not be there. Like lunch specifically for 4th of July for us, like a normal lunch for us, because it's the slowest part of the day. Everyone's at the beach around town. We do like 40, 50 people for like an average lunch. 4th of July, because people are kind of getting ready for the fireworks, and you know, there's tons of people in town. We do like 120 in a 3-hour span, so it's like, yeah. Thank you, Gerbil. Glad you liked it. I saw your message. Sorry for not saying anything. Hey, glad you liked that match. That was really fun. The Type 64. I was about to say, Canada Day? Yeah. NFL Newfoundland? Maybe? I don't know that acronym. But... yeah, I don't know too much about Canada's history, but that's interesting, Victor. Unfortunately, they're basically the mutant. I like playing it. It's a fun, quirky tank. Going up against Scorpion G, Strug 103, the Waffle Trigger PZ4. Its armor, it's pretty much just a giant plate for them to punch through, more or less. Still bounce some shots, and Uber's bouncing some shots here, but it's only so much you can do when there's that many TDs in front of you. I was holding out hope that our team would push the other side, but no. We weren't going through those TDs. Alright, so I'm gonna play one grind here, and then I'm gonna play an SPG after that, but let me hop into the Shrev TD. I was close enough. That's what I had in my head, Graham. Thank you. What do we charge for a cheeseburger and french fries? Honestly, probably gonna shock you, the price, but basically in Cape May, because it's so expensive to actually own a place in Cape May, and we're right on the beachfront. Basically, we do a 8-ounce chuck burger, so like it's never frozen, blah blah blah. It's honestly ground about 20 minutes away from our restaurant at like a local kind of meat distributor. It costs for a cheeseburger and french fries $13 for just cheeseburger, you know, the patty, cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, french fries, pickle. 13 bucks. It's expensive, and honestly we're one of the cheaper places. Most people use the same stuff in Cape May because there's only a certain amount of distributors that you can really get stuff from. Almost everyone has the same burger patty because the place that makes them, they're cheap enough, local, and you can't exactly beat it. Making it yourself, you can do that, but you're just kind of wasting time. See you, Gary. Thank you very much for watching. But yeah, the truck stop does not have a view of the ocean. Victorian setting. It's considered somewhat expensive, yes. For comparison, like say you go just outside of Cape May for like a restaurant near my house. Like I live 15 minutes away from Cape May, like where you'd go to a restaurant here. they would charge like $9.50, about $9 for the same burger. This is not going to be. I'll take a shot, and I'm actually going to run away because this is not good for me. Reuben sandwich, we used to. We took it off just because we didn't really have any other items that used corned beef and sauerkraut. So most menus you have to build it around each item's like used in 3 or 4 different things, or else it's hard to keep something fresh and really make it worthwhile to keep it on the menu. We used to make them, but honestly I was the one to take it off just because you can't buy something for just one item on the slowest part of the day, being lunch for us. I was about to say a Big Mac here, about $6 maybe. Ninja Boy, no offense, but please stop being annoying. You've said hi like several times this stream, popped in and out, like not gonna say hi to you every single time. Hopefully you understand. Unfortunately, we just got outplayed here. There's nothing that we really could have done, to be honest. They push the south, and usually the team that pushes the south wins the match. I like Reuben's too. But yeah, it all depends on, what specifically, say, as far as a burger goes, but honestly, I wouldn't go out and eat a $13 burger, but that's just me because I can cook anything I want at home. Yeah, I'm gonna play one SPG here, and that's gonna be it for tonight. Because I already did a T95, and the last request was Marty. Yep, thanks for the fights, Uber and John. Let me hop into an SPG here. I'm gonna pop into M53, M55. We actually had we had poutine on our menu actually last year for the fall. It was a hello Jack. Or wait, yeah, I didn't say hi Jack. Hi Jack, sorry. My brother did like a sweet potato poutine. But that's not exactly like a summertime thing, so it's not on the menu now. Sorry, Yosef, I'm not taking any more tank requests, and I do not have that tank. Unfortunately, Cody's got to go to bed here in a few minutes. No joke. After my streams, I lure the dog outside. He hates the dark. He forces me to go outside with him because he's like afraid like a squirrel's gonna get him or something. And then I pretty much pass out. But I've got 8 more weeks until September. Thank you for tipping Levi. I'll tip him towards the end here. And I'll do a raffle at the end of the battle here, guys, too. Like a quick little, like, 2-3 minute one. Be someone's spot right here. I didn't set up completely right. Right. Don't say hijack on a plane. Yeah. Okay, my next stream, guys, is going to be coming up on Sunday. You know, every now and then I toy doing one on Friday or Saturdays, but I know this weekend specifically I won't be able to do or even get on the grind at all. That's what I've done the past couple Fridays, is play a little bit in grinds and tanks, but this weekend I know I won't be able to, just because Ryan's family's in town, and yeah, I won't have any time to get on, since, you know, we'll probably be seeing them after work both days, since they head back to Florida here shortly. Ooh. I had thought about aiming here, but lucky shot of the day. Oh yeah, didn't kill him, but sure as hell pissed him off. Honestly, with us pushing the south so well, I'm just gonna keep moving with them. Oh god. Oh god. I guess I almost killed myself if I did not hit. Sorry for my very loud laugh there. Oh, if I did not hit the brakes there, I might have flipped myself over and died. That was like panic. Do not kill yourself, Cody. 5x weekend? Oh, that's really tempting for me to hop on just to 5x one of the tanks I'm grinding. Just to Strev. I don't... Where the hell did I even hit to that? That's so tempting, but I don't think I'll have time. Hey, you guys got that? The avocado tomato crab? A lot of people like that. I kind of like it too, because it's pretty easy for me to make. Some days though, oh, I make like, I'm like an avocado land. I'll have like 6 avocados basically lined up, chopped, ready to be scooped out. But I actually really like that. It's typically my lunch. I eat an avocado, I just split it open, take the nut out, and pour a little bit of balsamic vinegar in it and just eat it like that. Those TDs, they went back there again. If I thought they would have done that, I would have. Which I'm very curious why our team's backing off here. I'm gonna try to throw a shell here, but I am very shocked that all of these guys, specifically the Type 5, is yeah, hiding. Like, you do realize that you're in a Type 5 heavy. I really do need a better driver, but I knew that already. Yes. Yeah, he's the one who put that on the menu. I usually only, like, I put a couple things on the lunch menu, but lunch typically, since it's not like our busy time of the day, I usually focus on breakfast stuff. He focuses on dinner, and then we kind of come together and we're like, what do we want to do for lunch this year? And we just kind of pull things off of dinner, and then add like some grilled cheeses and like lunchy sandwiches and stuff to it that use like dinner stuff. That's just because lunch in Cape May, you're only busy, like super busy for lunch if you're on since you've been here, Rich, the Cape May Mall, that place is like mobbed most middays. I guess ruined his day. Slowly but surely, Ninja, yes, it is. And I do mean it too. When this fall, I'm gonna try to, come up with some sort of cooking thing. I think I can pull it off as far as our house. Our kitchen's definitely not. That's the one part of the house we haven't like renovated yet, but it's just really. It used to honestly be orange and brown. The people painted their kitchen. We painted everything, but the countertops are still like the a little scary. Clean, but they're just, you can tell they're like from the 80s. Which, hello, Gordon. Nice to see you. Drunk or not. Yeah, Wi-Fi definitely no good for gaming unless you have a really good router. Like I can't stream off my PS4 unless I hook it up to like an Ethernet cable, but I play through Wi-Fi from my PS4 just because I have a $200 router modem. Individually, each of them cost about that for the internet here. At my parents' house, I remember the Wi-Fi, like, no. Barely even worked for your phone. But, it works good enough for them. But yeah, Wi-Fi, it definitely isn't great for gaming just because you have even if it has a good connection, you still run into quite a bit of packet loss with Wi-Fi. But luckily for me, the way I have it set up, my PS4 is like 20 feet from my router. That's a pretty decent hit. Alright, so let me start a giveaway here. It's gonna last 3 minutes, and the winner will get 500 coins. You just have to type !! Raffle here. That's alright. I don't mind talking about food. Sometimes I get a little carried away though. Got a Confederate award. Yeah, not a ton of damage. 2,000. Alright for an SPG, but nothing crazy. Experience wise, top 4. Mainly because of the stun damage. Countertops aren't too expensive, however, like Ryan really wants, not specifically say like granite, but something like quartz, or like, not like, right now ours are like the fake Formica stuff. She wants something like stone or something similar. Our countertops are for like when we eventually redo them, we want to switch it up a little bit, the bar island area, and drop it down, but it's the same square footage. Our countertops, I did square footage, it was like 180 square feet, our countertops for our kitchen. Because our kitchen, it's a giant U, and then it kind of juts out. It's almost like a question mark without the little dot on the bottom. But yeah, we honestly wouldn't go anything too expensive, but she just, mainly her thing is just, she wants some sort of like solid surface that's not like plastic or whatnot. I honestly could care less as long as it looks nice. So, but we got about a minute left here for anyone else who wants to enter the raffle. Thanks for the requests tonight, guys. I didn't exactly do the best on a lot of them. However, got a bit of wins today. Which thank you very much, Rick, for the tip here as well. I'm gonna say this is the last day for the stream as far as June's tip goal here. Thank you very much, guys, for the tips as always. You guys are very generous. Definitely more than, you know, I always expect, but I appreciate it a lot. And so does Levi, because every couple weeks we get him some new stuff to play around with. See you, Yosef. Which the winner of the raffle is Daniel. Congratulations, Daniel, for getting some Levi biscuits. And thank you very much, Lobobo, for the other for the tip again. You know, something like that is, you know, the picture nice cuppa. We're kind of pushing off the whole kitchen thing for probably another year or so, just because roof's a little bit more important. That's coming up very soon, hopefully. But thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope my weekend goes well, and hopefully you guys have a very nice weekend as well. My next stream is going to be Sunday, and for anyone, you know, doesn't have Sunday stream, Monday I can go a little. I probably will stream Monday. Usually I go like 7 to like after 10 p.m. I'll probably only go like 7 to 10 or 9:30 this upcoming Monday, since I do have to work the next day at Tuesday. But thank you very much, thank you very much, John and Rick, for the other tips as well. Honestly, it's even enough. We're at 664. That's an even number. You guys are good there. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys, or some of you, on Sunday. Otherwise, have a very good weekend. For those of you in the US, hopefully you're having something planned for 4th of July coming up, and have a nice one. See you guys around, and thank you very much for the tips, guys, as well. Levi says thank you. He honestly thinks he's getting biscuits, and he probably is gonna get some out of me here. So have a good one. Good night.